Hi, welcome to the Handy Guys, and we have Ray back.
Not bad, Brian. Hey, welcome to the Handy Guys. For real, today we are going to talk again about this Tablo device that we've talked about in recent videos that we've put out, except we're going to talk about how to watch your free cutting the cable. It's not really free, but it's less expensive, cutting the cable TV using Tablo TV.
That's right. So that you can watch your Tablo TV. It's a DVR for your antenna, so you're not paying for TV service. You can watch it on your laptop, you can watch it on your phone, or you can watch it on a set-top box.
Right, so we have several devices here.
Right.
We have the Roku, this is 4, I believe?
Roku 3.
It has 3 right on it. We have the Amazon Fire TV.
Yeah.
And we have the Nexus, which is
Google Nexus player.
Made by, I think, Asus, but it's a Google Nexus player.
Right.
The most popular probably are the Roku or the Amazon. We do not have the Apple TV in this.
But that would be an option as well.
But we can talk about that.
Sure.
And talk about the pros and cons of any of these devices when using Tablo TV. First, let's bring up Tablo TV. Oh, you have it up.
Yeah.
And so we were showing you earlier a YouTube video, but this is Tablo TV. So this is actually bringing up the over-the-air television shows.
Right. So this is a bunch of recordings that my kids have done, and you know, so that you would see on no matter which of these devices you use.
Right. So the interface for your Tablo over-the-air TV is going to be you can use any of these devices because Tablo does not provide you the front end. So you're going to want to get one of these. And what we want to really talk to you about is not so much Tablo, although we really like Tablo. We want to talk about the front end devices of which we are testing right now. We tested Tablo on them specifically, but we can also talk more generally about why you'd want one of these devices over the other.
Right. So, really quick, and then we're gonna shift gears.
Okay.
Tablo looks a little different on the Roku versus the Amazon Fire and the Nexus player.
Right, so the Amazon and the Nexus both use the Android apps for the front end for Tablo. They look pretty much identical. They give you all of the options. You can get into all the settings. You can see everything you need to see, the same as your mobile app on a phone.
That's right. On the Roku, though, you don't have quite as many options. You don't have the settings options. You don't have the search and a few other things.
But we found
a big but.
Yeah, there's a big but, and that is that it has a slight improvement. We think when you want to fast forward, say skip a commercial or something like that, it actually has a nicer interface for skipping. It shows you previews along the screen. Now, they both show you previews for recorded episodes, but the Roku just has a nicer interface where it shows you many screens ahead.
Like frames ahead.
Frame by frame. Now, we found a limitation for fast forwarding for all of these devices. What's that?
Yeah, it's a little odd, it's a little quirkiness, but if you're watching a show, that if you start watching a recording that hasn't finished recording, so let's say an 8 o'clock show, it starts recording at 8 o'clock, you start watching at 8:15.
So you're doing time shifting.
Right, you've shifted by 15 minutes.
Right.
You're fast forwarding, you're not going to see all of those frames that you normally would see if the show's done recording.
Right, so if you want to skip through a section, you can't tell where a commercial ends and the show begins. You just see empty boxes, and you just have to kind of guess. You go a minute ahead.
My suspicion is that'll be something resolved in a future release, maybe.
Now, fortunately, I usually watch shows that have already been recorded. It's no problem. You just fast forward, and you can see where the show re-begins if there's a
break
or a commercial or whatever. So anyway, that was just one slight advantage for the Roku. Overall, they all work great. So
but I don't think those slight differences are enough reason to pick one of these set-top boxes over another.
Right, they all work great. Just because you can't get into the settings on the Roku, you can still do it on your phone or on a computer.
Or on a laptop.
We decided there are other reasons why you would select the Apple TV, which is missing, the Roku, the Amazon, or the Nexus.
Right, and it's not the remote necessarily.
They all have good remotes.
Okay.
I will say, let's start with the Roku.
Okay.
We both have Roku. We love Rokus. A couple things the Roku does have, none of the others. It has a wireless headphone, so you can hook up headphones to a wireless headphone jack on the remote and listen to TV without bothering anyone else in the house. Now, the Roku can play Amazon Prime
Right.
stream stuff.
That's important in my house.
And it can play, YouTube. They all can do YouTube, I think. Yeah, we decided they all can do YouTube. And it can do Netflix.
Right.
So Netflix, Amazon TV,
Hulu.
and
I think
it can
most
do
of them
Hulu,
can do.
absolutely. And Apple are the main sources for movies and such. The Roku can do all those, but I can't do the Apple stuff.
It can't do iTunes.
Right. Can't do iTunes.
So you can't sync iTunes with
Right.
it. So if you're in an Apple ecosystem,
Right.
this is probably not the device for you.
However, you look at Amazon. Amazon obviously can do
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime, and it can do Netflix and YouTube. It can do Netflix and
But
YouTube,
it
no
can't-
problem. And by the way, it also can do a whole bunch of Android games and things like that. If you're into
Sure.
games, you can get a game controller and run a lot of the Android games and things. If you're into
Sure.
that, there's a separate controller for it. But what's the big but?
Google Play.
Google Play. So if you like to use Google Play, you're out of luck. I think you're out of luck with both of these. You can't use Google Play movies. We have to double check that on Roku, but I'm pretty sure that's the case.
We'll have a table up on the
Yeah.
website.
Now, Nexus obviously can do Google Play.
Because that's a Google
It's
device.
a Google device.
Right.
And it can do Netflix. They all
Sure.
can do Netflix, including the Apple over here. It can't do iTunes, of course.
And it can't do Amazon Prime.
It can't do Amazon. So these two guys, they're both Android-based, but they're competing. Amazon has its own store. It wants you to use that. That's tied into Amazon Prime and all of their videos and content. Google has its Play store, and they want you obviously to use that. for
Paul,
your
let me even
content.
tell you, it even goes to as far as, these devices are, I don't know, between 60 and $100, right?
Right.
I mean, they're not super, super expensive. You cannot buy this at Amazon.
Oh, is that right?
You got to go buy this at,
Direct from Google.
some
Use
department
your
store
Google
or something.
wallet or something
Right,
to buy.
right. But you cannot get that.
Interesting. Now, Brian, I've had my most experience with these two devices,
Yes.
and I find they're both interesting. I still like the Roku. The Amazon is very busy, has a lot of stuff happening for it, but possibly that's because they have so many apps and games and things.
There's a lot of content there.
Yeah, there's a lot of content, so perhaps I would get used to it if I used it a little bit more.
Now, there's a million, there's not a million,
There's a lot
but
of
there's a
apps.
lot of
Yeah.
apps for the Roku, but they're not.
They're not
Roku
Android-based. It's like a custom.
Right, and Roku is not pushing them on you all the time.
That's right,
And they're
yes.
not adding things
Yeah.
if you don't request
Right.
them to be added.
Yeah, if you add everything on Amazon goes through the Amazon store.
Right.
Is it called the Amazon Android store, whatever they call it? On Roku, if you want to add a channel, you just add it, free channel, no big deal, done.
Right.
On Amazon, if you add something free or paid, no matter what, it goes to their store. So even if it's free, you get a receipt in your inbox,
Right.
your email,
That's
saying
kinda
thank
funny.
you for buying this, this game. It cost you $0 and it was purchased on this date.
Well,
it's kind
you
of
know what I
strange.
like? Some of these have voice search, and there's probably one coming for Roku,
Yeah.
but watch the handy guys.
And there we are.
There we go.
And this is the Google device.
That's the Google device.
The Amazon also has that. I haven't played with it, but they
Right.
do have voice search.
All
cool.
right, there we go.
So anyway, they're all great devices. I think if the Apple one, is there anything that the Apple obviously doesn't? Well, I assume it doesn't do the Play Store, and it probably Amazon. I don't know about Prime. Does it have Amazon Prime on Apple? We got it.
not
We'll
sure.
double check that. We'll put that in subtitles. But that's a good device as well. But I still the Roku has been time tested, been around a long time. I've had it probably for 5-6 years, and it's been awesome.
Yeah, well, I've gone through a
Different
couple
versions,
generations of it. Yeah.
So anyway, they're all great devices, though. I like them all.
All right, did we ramble too much? I
Yeah,
hope not.
who cares? But that's what you want to get. These aren't expensive. They're all HDMI cables. Most of them have Ethernet and wireless connected. Some of them, like the Nexus, are only wireless. But you connect them to your TV,
Yep.
and you use their simple remote, and you're ready to go. So you
All
can
right.
use Tablo or all these other apps.
Well, so make sure you watch Handy Guys. You can watch Handy Guys on any of these devices, as
There
well
you
as
go.
those tablets.
All right. Thanks for watching the Handy Guys.
Thanks for watching.